What is going on, guys? It is Jared. This is a commentary about I'm gonna talk about wrestling, WWE, WWF, whatever you may call it. I'm not sure that anybody watching this really watches wrestling or used to watch wrestling. Alright, so growing up, I always thought wrestling was a bad thing, and I'm not sure what's in the background. Could just be a random gameplay. I'm really not sure. So when I was growing up, I was always taught to think that wrestling is a bad thing, you know. And my parents never let me watch wrestling, but even though I snuck and watched it anyways. I wasn't really even curious about it, to be honest. I was like, whatever, I didn't care. I didn't think about it at the time. But then one day I stumbled upon, I'm not sure if it was Raw. I think it was Raw is War, to be honest. I think it was on TNN. Then again, it could have been WCW Monday Nitro on TNT, but I'm pretty sure it was Monday Night Raw, because I remember Raw is War. Remember when I started watching it, it was Raw is War. So ever since then, I was like, oh my god, it's pretty fun to watch. I liked it, and back in the day, I did believe. I had no reason to believe it was fake. I didn't think it was fake when I was young, until about until about around probably 5th grade, actually, when somebody was like, dude, you know wrestling's like, it's like fake. Like, one of my friends that like loved wrestling would tell me that when they were on the ground, they'd like whisper each other what they were gonna do next, and like they picked who was gonna win, and whatever. But I didn't believe it for the longest time. I was like, oh no, it can't be. But then again, in my mind, I was thinking, because a lot of times they do things that make it seem like, out of nowhere, a guy can just have so much energy after he was just fucked up, and then like, how they take so long to go to the tag, and then they both tag at the same time, so miraculously coincidence. And also, I was thinking of the kick out thing, but then I thought of a way around the kick out thing, because how hard can it be to kick out? That's what I was thinking. And then I thought, maybe it's the fact that, if they don't kick out, that means they want to give up. It's all about giving up. But then, I realized that, maybe it's a little fake. I didn't think it was fake to the extent that I learned it was fake to ever since I've been watching it again. So, I watched wrestling. It was definitely after Owen Hart had died. I wasn't watching it when Owen Hart died because somebody was talking about it at school. And I was like, who's Owen Hart? He's like, oh, it's Bret Hart's brother. And like, I was in 4th grade. I didn't know. I didn't know anything. So, I started watching it around, definitely in the Attitude Era, around 1999. Yeah, probably around 1999, 2000. Around that time, that's when I started watching wrestling, and I watched it up until, not every single episode, but I tried to watch as much as I could. As much as I could sneak and watch it, then I would. I watched it up until around, I'm guessing, around 2007/2008, and then I haven't really watched it for the last couple years, and then just before this last WrestleMania, that's when I got back, well, not really back into it, but I started watching it a little bit, because it was on Hulu, and it's like, oh shit, it's on Hulu. So that's why I ordered WrestleMania 29 also, $30, well, $60, somebody else paid half. My goodness, though, shit is expensive, for real. But when I started watching it again, I soon realized, I was like, what the hell, man, the Divas, like, they're not even in it anymore. Like, there's like, I'm like, I was thinking, is there even a WWE champion? WWE Divas champion anymore? Like, I barely saw any Divas fighting anymore. I didn't see any, like, bikini contests, which I always loved to watch those, obviously. It was very nice watching Tori Wilson versus Sable, Stacy Keibler, Trish Stratus, those original wrestlers, Lita sometimes, Michelle McCool, well, not so much Michelle McCool, Candice Michelle. Yeah, those are the Divas I remember. Now they have AJ Lee, but she really doesn't come out and, no, well, Then I realized that I saw that I looked up the eras of WWE, and there's an era called the PG era, and that's the era that we're kind of, I think, slash it started around 2008, so right around when I stopped watching it, and lasted till, well, I think it's still going on. The era hasn't changed really. It's slowly changing, I think. I don't know, but I think it's still gonna be PG. I just read a comment on YouTube about how now they can't hit each other with the chairs in the head, and I just realized, wow, that's actually kind of true, because I never do see them hit each other with the chairs in the head anymore either. That's kind of lame, but whatever. I guess good for the safety of the wrestlers. But yeah, so I was like, oh, the PG era, okay, that makes sense, because now it's PG, and so they're not gonna have like the girls, the bikini, the bra and panties matches. Oh my god, those were great. Yeah, there's no more of that. I was like, where's the girls in this? There used to be so much more girls and like more sexiness, and now like it's very limited sexiness. I mean, AJ Lee's hot, and the first time I saw her, I thought she was the I'm pretty sure she was the general manager of Raw or something like that, and now she's just someone with Dolph Ziggler. But that was late 2011 when I saw her. But yeah, so when I got Hulu, I decided to watch the last couple episodes of SmackDown and Raw before WrestleMania, so I could, get a little bit of a clue what's going on for WrestleMania. And then I watched my first WrestleMania live, and it was good. I didn't get sorry for all these but I didn't really know necessarily just how fake wrestling was until I saw something on WWE.com where it said that somebody was practicing, CM Punk I think, or something was practicing and they were doing like a ladder scene that would be shown in the night's episode of Raw or whatever it was. They were like practicing, like rehearsing for it. and then of course Barry told me when he saw me watching it, he's like, this is all fake, right? It's all rehearsed. I just didn't know how much. I bet you they practice each and every move. I bet you, because I just thought it was like, oh, who's gonna win, and then they just fight. But I actually think it's rehearsed, where they know like each and every move, which is kind of crazy and talented of them. Which I don't know, that might not be the case, but according to what Barry said, yes. And now that you look at it, like after you know all this, it does look like it's set up, like they do things. Like I saw when I was live at SmackDown, the SmackDown right after WrestleMania 30. The guy was running towards the corner, and the other guy was like on the corner about to jump off and hit him. And the other guy stopped so he could like wait for the guy to hit him. So yeah, it is definitely rehearsed, or I don't know if it's rehearsed, but it's definitely predetermined. Which apparently everybody else knew that. I was just too dumb to realize it. Kind of like other things. Like how corrupt our government is, but nonetheless. It's just, I find it kind of crazy that I've never really read the whole Wikipedia, and I still didn't even read the whole Wikipedia of WWE, but, it does say that it's not, it basically says it's not real on it, which is kind of funny. So if people didn't know, if they just look at the Wikipedia, they will find out. But my question is, why is the PG era here? Why is Vince McMahon doing all this stuff to change the way wrestling is and it's more orientated for kids? Well, I thought of an answer. I was thinking, most adults that watch wrestling, they kind of, unless they're like special or just are clueless, which a lot of people are, so I wouldn't put it past them, then they know that wrestling is all predetermined and set up, it's like a play. But for the kids, the young kids anyways, they don't know that yet. So the thing is, if you're a kid watching it, you know, it's okay, because you don't know that it's all set up, and they'll love it. And the way they see it is, if adults watching it, you know that it's set up already as well. You're just watching it simply because you find it entertaining most of the time. So they see it more fit to try to reach out to a younger audience, because if you're watching when you're an adult, they know that you know that it's already made up, you know. So you accept the fact and you still watch it. So they go to market towards kids more, so more things can be sold for promotions, because a lot more companies will promote a show that's PG rather than TV-14 or whatever, you know, it was before, you know, because that's what I thought that it was just, they made it PG because the thing is, if you're an adult that watches it, you basically know that it's, you know, it's all made up, it's just entertainment. But if you're a kid, you'll believe that it's kind of fake still, and parents will allow their kids to watch it when it's PG, and rather, because you don't want kids to be watching bra and panty matches when a girl gets like all her clothes torn off except for her bra and her panties, obviously. You know, you don't want your kid watching that, your 6, 7-year-old, 5-year-old. But now they've made it more PG, so not as much sexual things, there's not as much violence. They cut down on the blood big time. Yeah, so did I like it better to the Attitude Era? Yes, I thought it was a hell of a lot more entertaining. And I mean, yeah, I kind of figured it was kind of fake, because like the thing Stone Cold did to Mr. McMahon, nobody would get away with that stuff if that was their boss and they did all that. I was like, how is he not getting fired or whatever, you know? That's what I was wondering when I was younger. But you know, it all makes sense. It's all part of a storyline. Wrestling was good though. I love, my favorite parts of wrestling are, my favorite era was definitely the Attitude Era, obviously. So what brought me into wrestling in the first place. I loved when Kurt Angle had the 2 bodyguards because of Brock Lesnar. I love when Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon had the rivalry. Oh my gosh, man. Good memories with WWF / WWE. Good memories. Thank you guys for watching this stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed whatever's in the background, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary. Hope you guys are all having a grand day. Yeah, and the other day, I believe it was on the 7th. Yeah, the 7th. I tried to put my hair the other way. I put it left usually. I tried to put it right. But after like the second day, I was like, screw it. It's too hard to change my hair. So, because I'm getting really sick of my hair. I might get a, you know, haircut soon. But yeah, I remember when WWF had to change WWE, they said it was because of the WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, but I think it was because they had to change it to a more legitimate thing, because it is entertainment, it's not real. The thing is, when I started watching it, before WrestleMania, they had a cool new entrance where it says WWE, then Forever Now, and back then they had the thing that had like the audience making the noise. If you smell the champ is here, that thing. I like the Forever Now thing. That was pretty cool. But when I left watching wrestling, when I really didn't watch it anymore, it was kind of like it was SmackDown versus Raw, where Raw had superstars and SmackDown had superstars. They both had their own events. And now I'm kind of confused. I was thinking, I'm going to SmackDown. I'm going to like the welfare show, because I know SmackDown was never really as good as Raw. Although I like the name SmackDown better than Raw at one point. But the thing is, I saw Triple H there. I saw John Cena. There were big names there. You know, it wasn't as small as I thought. There was Daniel Bryan, Kane. I think it's different. I think maybe, I don't know what's going on with that really. They say they're under Raw brand or the SmackDown brand, But I feel like there's a lot of the same wrestlers on Raw and SmackDown. So maybe they've collided now. I don't really know. I'm still confused about it. I don't think it's separate like it was before, though. So, yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm a big fan of the PG era. It's kind of lame. But it is good for the kids that watch it. They shouldn't be watching, girls getting dressed like that and such violence, Maybe a little violence is alright. But, this has been a long commentary. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Peace out.